She lived life the way she wanted to and made her dreams come true.
Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini, and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. In this reading, we're going to delve into your dark, divine, feminine energy. And I'm so excited about this because I feel like in the spiritual community, this type of energy has at times been looked down upon, or it has been overlooked completely. And it's very important to remember that you are a multifaceted, a multidimensional being. And so there are different parts of you at play at all times. There are different aspects of your being and of your character and of your soul even that are playing out in this third dimension. And so we need to nurture all aspects of ourselves, whether it's the part of us that loves light and pure joy and all of that, or whether it's that dark divine feminine energy that can at times feel chaotic, but it's all about letting go of what no longer serves you, and it's all about moving in the direction that is right for you, no matter what anybody else has to say about it. And with that dark divine feminine energy, you really don't give a damn what he, she, they, anybody has to say. You are in alignment with your soul. And this is also a great energy to send energy back to people who have sort of sent something your way or given you a situation to deal with that really should not be yours. You can send that energy back to them, and that's very powerful. Okay, now I'm filming this at night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like 3:30. Okay, the veil is thin, y'all. And also it's raining outside, so if you hear some sounds like rain, that is exactly what it is. So know that we have energies that are coming through to cleanse your aura and to really lighten your load by helping you to let go of what no longer serves you, okay? Also, when I was preparing for this reading, the song by James Brown came to mind, and I played it on my Echo. I couldn't stop listening to it. I was like getting emotional, but it's a man's world. If you listen to that song, you're going to hear a man acknowledge the power of that dark divine feminine energy, and that is a beautiful moment. I love that song so much. So if you really want to vibrate on this frequency, go ahead and feel free to look up that song and listen to it. I personally love it. Okay, I'm going to link one of the decks that I'm using, which is this Black Tarot. I do have footage that I've held on to for a long time where I'm sharing a walkthrough of this deck with you, but I felt really strongly guided to use this in this reading for dark divine feminine energy because it is the Black Tarot, and it is designed by a woman, Victoria Eva, who experienced a lot of heaviness and a lot of darkness in her life related to war, and so she channeled a lot of that transformation that she went through into this deck. So I will share some links where you can either purchase this deck, and a portion of your purchase will go to support my channel, or you can just check out the video where I am sharing each card with you so you can get a close-up look at what this deck is all about. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put up the screen for you to select your group, and I'll see you at your reading. Close your eyes and take a deep, cleansing breath. When you open your eyes, see which group you're most drawn to. If you need to, you can pause the video, but don't overthink it. Just go with what you feel. When you're ready, I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group one. Let's go ahead and see what message divine is bringing through for your dark divine feminine energy journey. This is about beauty. So you're getting in touch with what you truly consider beautiful to be. You're defining beauty for yourself. So I feel like in your past, you may have been influenced, like so many of us were, by society, by traditions in your family, things that have happened since you were young that have sort of trained your mind to think a certain way about what is beautiful. And I feel like what's happened is that at certain points in your life, this has impacted your view of yourself. So you have been very critical of yourself. So many of us have been on this path, okay, where we are being encouraged to love who we are as we are. And so that's the path that you're on, is one of complete and total self-acceptance, where you are saying, you know what? I don't have to go on this diet to be beautiful. I don't have to do this workout routine to be beautiful. I don't have to get this job to be beautiful. I am beautiful as I am right now in this moment. And I want you to know that you will always be beautiful. It's not only in this moment, it's forever. It's a continual thing, okay? But you are discovering your own beauty and your own standards of beauty, because they're different from what you were exposed to during your youth, during your past, okay? This could have been a lover that had a certain expectation for you. Sometimes lovers will say, you know, eat this or eat that because you want to make sure you maintain. And at this point, you're like, excuse me, but I will eat what I damn well please. I will do what I damn well want to do. And you're doing it with power and with conviction. And so people around you really know that you're not playing at this point in time. You are not playing, okay? All right, you've got sharing. I feel like there are powerful representations of the divine feminine that are coming to you, making themselves available to you. For some of you, if you do energetic work, these are entities, these are energies that are going to come to you. Personally, I work with Lilith. I work with La Madama, who she's not all love and light, okay? She can get down when she needs to get down. I work with Goddess Durga. I work with Pombajira. So certain energies may come to you. And also these may be ancestors that are going to come to you, okay? And make their power available to you. Because there is a lot of wealth, spiritual wealth, that's stored within your DNA. And so you're going to find that certain ancestors are going to make themselves very apparent to you. Okay? So this sharing of divine feminine wisdom that's going to make an impact in your on your path right now. You've got eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. So divine is saying, don't hold back. You don't have to hold back. I feel like you may have been taught to hold your tongue, to watch what you say, to only speak when spoken to. You know, all of these things that are sort of built into our cultural patterns and traditions. And it's like, just because it's a tradition doesn't mean that it was right for you. So you're breaking out of those shackles, okay? You're freeing yourself. You've also got transitions. So you are making changes. But look at that beautiful divine feminine energy that is making itself available to you. I feel like your intuition is awakening. And that's something that's so important when you're on this journey of really accepting who you are, is committing to tune into your intuition, because your intuition and your mind, a lot of times they're at odds. Most of the time, okay? They're at odds. And so when you learn to really trust that voice, that inner voice, life gets easier. It gets a lot easier. And that doesn't mean that it's always pleasant, but it does mean that there's a lot less friction, so you're able to enjoy your life on a much deeper level. Okay, so that's what's happening. Wow, a lot of these cards came out for you. You've got inner life. So this is about worlds within you. This is about your happiness and your fulfillment on so many different levels. Emotionally, financially, physically, you're going to notice changes in a positive direction. So this isn't something that is like fly by night, or that's like this is substantial. The changes that you're going through right now are going to lead you to transformations that have such a beautiful impact on many different aspects of your life. And you've got presence of absence. Hold what is absent in the presence of your love. So divine is saying that there's something that you have felt like you needed to let go of, but it's actually a part of you. And you may have been feeling pressured to release something that actually is something that you can choose to celebrate within you. I feel like for some of you, this is a dream of yours that you've had, that people have told you that'll never happen, it's impossible, it's so far-fetched, it's so out there. Who's gonna wanna listen? All that's necessary is your vision and then action that backs that vision up. Okay? And yeah, this is something that involves a vision that is truly from your soul. So it's meant to manifest. And so divine is saying that you don't have to separate yourself from it. You can hold on to it, but hold on to it in a way where there's also freedom for you, and freedom for this dream, this vision to manifest in the way that's best. Not in the way that's quickest, not in the way that's the easiest, but in the way that's best for your well-being. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull from this black tarot deck to see what guidance divine is giving as far as how you are moving in your, okay, divine says that's it right there, these two cards, how you're moving in your dark divine feminine energy. Okay, so you've got Six of Swords, so that's about transition, that's about change. And you've got Five of Swords, which is about feeling defeated. And so what divine is bringing through there is that the change that you are going through, the areas in which you're really extending yourself, the areas in which you're really pushing yourself, and you're saying to yourself every day, I know I can do it. It's hard to believe it sometimes, but I know I can do it. Those are the very areas in which you are going to experience the most victory, because you may have been feeling trapped in a state of defeat where you felt like you could not do what you wanted to do. You felt like the things that you wanted to accomplish were so impossible that you sort of started to distance yourself from those ideas. That's why you're getting Swords energy, because you felt like you had cut yourself off from your truth. But divine is saying that those transitions, those areas in which you've been tested lately to truly believe in yourself and to hold on to your vision, no matter what changes are going on, those are the areas that will help you to realize who you are, that will help you to walk in your dark, divine feminine energy where you really don't give a damn what anybody else has to say. You are doing what your soul wants you to do, okay? And so there are no other, like we always talk about extenuating circumstances and consequences and things like that. This is just the pure truth of who you are. And that's all that matters. You don't have to buy into threats. You don't have to buy into things that you've been conditioned to believe would happen to you if you walked in your truth, or, if you went outside, thought outside the box, lived outside the box that was sort of drawn and created for you. Don't worry about any of those things, because that's just fear, which is meant to keep you where you are right now. You are making that transition with that Six of Swords. That's about moving to another place. So some of you may be physically changing your location, or you may be changing a job or something within your career or creative endeavor. These changes are going to lead you to your truth. So you don't have to move forward feeling defeated. And anyone who has been bringing any sort of deception or conflict your way, because with that 5, that's about conflict. So I can see that there's a lot of conflict that's been going on in your mind and around you. But Divine says to cut and clear that energy from you. You don't have to deal with that. It's not yours to carry. You can move forward in freedom and in peace. Okay? All right, so let's pull a couple of more cards. This is for my Divine Feminine deck. Divine, what changes are leading to this growth in Divine Feminine, dark Divine Feminine energy? Okay, so I feel like there's somebody in your life who has been coming across very needy. They may be sort of out of touch with reality with that cloud 9. This could be someone who is in denial of something, and they have been pushing and pushing and pushing to get your attention or your help. And you're like, you know what? Stand on your own 2 feet and do what you need to do, because I feel like this person is capable of doing much more than what they've been willing to do, but they've been dependent on you. So yeah, don't be afraid to set boundaries at this time. That's really important. There may also be some deep, like strong ties that are playing out in your love life. You've got this Twin Flame card. And with this, I feel like there's somebody that's being sort of, there's a passive energy. There's someone who may sort of be, yeah, I feel like that's tied into this needy card where they're just depending on you for so much. So remember that there are so many phases that we go through when we meet a love connection, a lover that we have connected with in a past life. And you have to set boundaries based on what you're experiencing at the time. So if there is someone and this is for romantic love, this is for friendship, this is for family connection, if someone is draining you of your energy, cut the ties. It doesn't matter that you have connected before in a previous life. You want to vibrate high and you want to evolve in this lifetime. And sometimes what's needed with another person that we've connected with before in a previous lifetime, sometimes what's needed is a separation so that we can evolve where we are as individuals and then be reunited. So you might want to remember that at this time. I feel like there are synchronicities that are going to lead you in the right direction. So when you see those repeating numbers, 1222, 222, 1111, they're letting you know that you are on your path. And each repeating number will let you know or communicate with you, sometimes through an article that you read, sometimes through a video that you watch. It'll communicate to you what it's trying to tell you. For me, 1234 is that things are perfectly aligned, okay, and also 123. 222 or 1222 is all about balance, okay. 555 is letting me know that I'm protected in a conflict. So yeah, just take notice of that. Okay, those repeating numbers. Look at this. This is divine feminine, sacred feminine journey back to self. So that's really beautiful for this dark divine feminine energy reading, letting you know that you are in alignment with what your soul wants for you. And this is playing out with dark divine feminine energy, where you are sometimes unleashing your wrath on someone, or you're communicating purely. That's how I really want to say that, you know. Sometimes spirit is really raw. I'm like, okay. Okay. But yeah, it's like being your purest self and not holding back, not caring if you swear, not caring if you step on a couple of toes here and there. And that's not to say that you're being completely insensitive of other people. I don't feel that about you anyway. I feel like you're a very sensitive, energetically sensitive person, and you're very mindful. But this is about giving yourself the freedom to say what you want to say and doing what you need to do for your own good, okay? You've also got boundaries. So this is about setting boundaries with people where this may have felt uncomfortable. I feel like there are people in your life with this needy and this passive card. I feel like there are people in your life right now who have requested so much of you and required so much of you, where it's like, if you're going to connect, it's going to feel negative to you because they are always asking for more of you. And you are empowered at this time with your dark divine feminine energy to say no. You see how that shifts the energy? No. It feels different. It vibrates differently when you say no. And you're learning to be comfortable with that vibration. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Divine, what message do you have for group 1 for their dark divine feminine energy? Okay, you've got limitations and control. I feel like there's someone in your life that has been putting limitations on you and trying to control you. I feel like they've been very manipulative. They've been very sneaky. And there may sometimes be this pull that you feel to just dismiss it as, okay, oh, I'm so spiritual, I'm just going to look beyond that. Listen, divine is saying at this point in time, it's something that you need to look square in the eyes and say, I'm ready to deal with this now. And it has nothing to do with needing to take a higher road, because this is about reality. This is about protecting your energy on multiple dimensions, okay? And when someone continues to connect with you in a negative way, when someone continues to throw negative energy at you, it's really important that when the time is right, when your soul gives you that cue, you follow through in the physical and you stand up to them and you let them know, I'm not taking it anymore, okay? So this is about protecting yourself and letting this person know, not necessarily through words if the time comes to do that. I feel like there may be a verbal interaction with this person where you are setting boundaries and you're letting them know verbally, I'm not having it anymore. But I feel like more than anything, this is about you moving forward and showing them in that way that I'm going to keep moving and I'm not paying attention to the limitations you've placed on me, because I'm bigger than that. I'm greater than that. You're greater than that. And that's what you are proving to yourself now, is that you are greater than that. Okay, I'm going to pull, oh, I forgot what deck this was. I'm going to pull to see how this dark divine feminine energy is helping you spiritually. Ashe. Thank you, divine. What message do you have for group 1? Okay, you've got, ooh, I wasn't expecting this. It says fashionista. So this is about how you carry yourself. This is about your style. This is about how you present yourself to the world. You're going through a transition where you are choosing how you want to express yourself in the physical realm. And this goes back to that beauty card. I feel like you're coming up with some rituals that really nurture your energy. I've got a wonderful I Choose Me oil. It is so awesome, and I'll try to remember to link it in the description box, but it helps you to really put yourself first and to embrace yourself on a physical level, on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, to say, I am right here in my spiritual, on my spiritual path, and I'm at peace with that. I know that I'm going to grow. I am growing, but you are accepting where you are while also opening up to all the possibilities that await you in the future. So yeah, this is about expressing yourself however you want to and not having any qualms about it, not holding back. And just know that there's nothing superficial about that. There's nothing petty about that. That is a beautiful acceptance of yourself. It's a new level of self-acceptance that is really going to help you grow in other areas of your life, okay? On all dimensions, you are expanding and you are evolving. Ashe. Okay, group 1, I hope that this reading was helpful to you. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, group 2. Let's go ahead and see what message Divine has for you for your journey with your dark divine feminine energy. All right, you've got obedience and conclusion. This is the conclusion to your obedience. Okay? It's not about doing what others have determined is quote unquote right for you. It's about connecting with what's truly meant for you on a deep level. You are delving into a part of you, an aspect of yourself that you haven't tapped into before. And that's because you're giving yourself permission to do that. You're no longer holding yourself captive by the traditions that you've been taught in the past or by the lessons of society that have been ingrained in you through magazine photographs and movies and all of that stuff. This is how we learn the things that we learn. And it's like they become ingrained, but you're cleansing yourself of that. And you're entering a new, it's like you're stepping up, you're leveling up with your self-acceptance and with what's truly right for you, okay? Yeah, there's an end to something and there's a beginning of something else. With that conclusion, it says chapter 1 and then it says the end. So what really stands out to me is that chapter 1. So there's something that you are beginning in your life because you've created room for it and you're letting go of what no longer serves you, okay? Times like that can feel very chaotic. They can feel very challenging, but Divine is saying to know that you have the strength within you that you need to get to the next level. And you will get to the next level. All right, you've got assistance with access. So what's important here is that sometimes, many times, sometimes, depends on how things are moving along, it's necessary to request help. It's necessary to depend on someone. And so even in that strength, there is a certain vulnerability where we ask for help. Divine is saying that there is going to be whatever help you need, it will be there when you need it. So you don't have to feel afraid. You don't have to doubt. You don't have to stay where you are right now in fear of what awaits you because you're not sure if you'll have the support that you need. Even when there are times that you feel like you're not supported, to the extent that you want to be supported, you're going to have what you need. So when there's a little bit of difficulty there, a little bit of discomfort because you have to support yourself through those tough moments, Divine is saying that you will have the ability to do that, okay? It will not be like you can't do something. You absolutely can, okay? But the help that you need will be available to you. For some of you, this is where you are connecting with a certain deity or energy. For some of you, this is in the physical realm where you're depending on someone who will offer their assistance to you. I feel like for some of you, this is a move or some sort of transition that you're going through. It could be a physical location with your home or with your work. You might be changing job locations. There's some sort of transition going on in your life. For some of you, your relationship with someone is changing, and so you need assistance or heart healing with that. So the spirit allies that are available to you are vast. Just know that. There's no shortage of them. And as you quiet yourself and open your energy to these spirit allies, they will make themselves known to you. I love that because that's my thing. Connecting with spirits. Ashe. Okay, I'm gonna pull. Divine is saying that's it. From the Black Tarot. Okay. All right. Oh, this is Temperance. Temperance. Yeah. So there's a new sense of balance that's coming into your life because for so long you have, like, you've tried so hard to remain in that love and light, right? But this is a time where you're being called to, by your soul, when you're being called by your soul, nudged by your soul to allow that darkness within you to lead you to more self-awareness and to more self-acceptance. So you've been doing the reflection and the contemplation that's necessary to understand yourself. And so this is taking you to new levels, but it's also bringing a sense of balance into your world that is going to feel really good. And I feel like for some of you, there's like a really positive time that you had in your life, whether it was at a certain time during your youth, a time where you just felt good, okay? This could have been during your adolescence, early adulthood. It just depends on whatever point in your life where there was something really positive, a positive vibe. You're going to reflect on that. And you're going to get back in touch and in tune with that time in your life. So, yeah, major balance. Okay, Divine is saying to look at this one. Okay, so there might be someone around you, or you may have been struggling with some depression. I feel like this is related to some sort of heartbreak that has gone on. So with this depressed energy and heartbreak card, it's like there was a sense of loss. I feel like for some of you, this is a fear of loss. There's someone that you want to hold on to, or there's a relationship or a connection that you've been holding on to because you don't want to feel the pain that would result with letting go of that depression. You probably have felt this before, and you're like, I've seen enough, turn off the lights. I don't want to go there again. That's totally normal. None of us want to experience pain, right? But Divine is saying that what's going to come from this is a spark of creativity. And this may be very much in tune with dark divine feminine energy. It might look like something that's, it has a vibe of sexuality in it. It may have a vibe of, something that sort of feels wild to you, but it feels good as well. And so you may be afraid of how people are going to view you as you express yourself, as you express the pain that you felt as you express your artistic talents. But don't be afraid to put a personal touch in what you do. If you're writing a book, don't be afraid to include some of your own experiences that you share somehow, or that you weave into the story. You see what I'm saying? If you are a songwriter, don't be afraid to really bare your soul when you sing or when you create your music. So your art and your creativity is going to be an expression of the pain that you've experienced, and that's perfectly okay, because that's a part of your beauty. That's a part of your truth. That's a part of your authenticity. Okay? All right, let me pull from this deck and see what Divine has to say about your journey with your dark divine feminine energy. Oh, this one flipped. Okay, and that was it. I'm gonna pull a couple more. So you've got the Sun card. This is about strength. You might be Leo or have interaction with someone with fire energy, particularly Leo, or they could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay, so I feel like with this person, there may be a sense of confusion. There might be a little bit of self-doubt that's coming into your mind as you're interacting with this person. You don't need to doubt yourself, because as this reading indicates and confirms for you, your dark divine feminine energy is being activated. So that automatically lets us know that there's going to be change and a little bit of a feeling of chaos from time to time, but life is messy. And once we embrace that, it gets a whole lot easier. So Divine is saying to not fight this. I feel like this is maybe a worry or a concern or a conflict that you've been having with a fire sign. I just feel like that. Leo, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I just feel like that. And I feel like there is some sense of disillusionment that's happening, or some sort of detaching from reality. That's okay. As you let go of your connection, of your attachment to the situation or to the outcome of how this plays out, Divine is saying that things will align as they should for the benefit of your soul. Okay, so you don't need to worry. Okay, you don't need to worry. And yeah, you don't need to worry. All right, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. Oh, wow, Catalyst. So that's one reason why you're feeling the energy of change around you, is because you are going through a lot of transitions that are helping you to fulfill your soul's purpose, which is to be a catalyst for change. So a lot of the people that you're connecting with, you were meant to bring some sort of transformation into their life. This could be by having certain conversations with people, or being an example to someone that, you know, not to put the label on anyone of a role model, but just know that there are people watching you. And that's not to give you any sort of anxiety. It is because you are on this path of really embracing the journey of your soul, your true path. Not getting distracted by all the craziness around, but following and connecting with your soul. And that's very appealing to people. A lot of people will have their eyes on you because of that. And this is going to bring you a lot of experiences where sometimes you're like, what's going on? is this what I want to, is this the path for me? Is this what I really want to do? But it's going to be worth it in the end. Because as you have each experience that leads you to your evolution and that helps you to fulfill your true purpose, to be a catalyst for change, to help guide people in the right direction, you're going to experience so much fulfillment. So, yes, you are a catalyst for change. You also have the shaman card. So I feel like shaman energies are calling to you at this time. I feel like for a lot of you, there is someone in your ancestral lineage who was a shaman. And so if you start to hear things about shamanism, or it could just be a lyric in a song. I just was listening to Lupe Fiasco, and he had a song, I forgot the name of it, but he was talking about a shaman, and I was like, oh my God, like, you know, to hear people and other souls speak of these things is really powerful, because a lot of times there's a deeper message there. And so know that ancestral connections are going to be awakened, and it's all to support you. It's all to help you move in the right direction, okay? And the right direction is the direction of your soul, okay? So lots of things are happening, but they're moving in the right direction for you and for your highest purpose, okay? All right, I hope that this reading was helpful to you, Group 2. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, Group 3. All right, let's go ahead and see what message Divine is bringing through for your journey with the dark divine feminine energy. All right, you've got risk. So I know that there is a risk that you're taking. I'm getting the full energy. I feel like there's something that you are being guided at this time to do that feels new to you. But what I want you to trust is that your soul has been in this place before. Your soul has been in this place before. Your soul is so much wiser than you assume sometimes, or that you think. I feel like there's, with this air where she's about to jump, you know, I feel like there's air surrounding her, there's fog. I'm getting that when you're trying new things, sometimes you are getting stuck in your thoughts and you're thinking to yourself, I can't do it, or there is no way for me to get from point A to point B. How will this happen? And that's because there is a risk there. But Divine is saying to trust yourself. To trust yourself, okay? And this is why this dark divine feminine energy is coming to you, is to give you the situations that you need in order to develop that sense of trust in yourself, where you're willing to jump because you know that you've got it in you, okay? All right, let's get another message from Divine. All right, we've got 2 cards. One is woman supporting woman. So what I see here is divine feminine energy supporting divine feminine energy. You're going to want to nurture your divine feminine energy at this time. Watch things that are empowering for women or for underprivileged populations. You know, anything that boosts your self-esteem or that inspires you. I've been watching, is it called Captain Marvel? I think that's what it is. Okay, so it's about Kamala. I feel like I'm not talking about it like I know what I'm talking about, but that's just because I love comics, but I don't know a lot about them. I just watch the TV shows and listen to what my my husband and my boys tell me about them. But that is empowering to me, you know, seeing someone who felt like they were on the outskirts or not really privileged in society. They were able to believe in themselves to the point where she stepped forward and said, I'm going to fulfill this role because it's what I'm called to do. It's what my soul wants me to do. It's in my DNA. It's what's right for me. So, yeah, look at things, even if it's in entertainment or like if it's a video game or a song that inspires you to trust yourself and to trust that divine feminine energy within you, okay? And you've also got misalignment. So I feel like there's something that has been misaligned in your life. And for a lot of you, what I'm seeing is that this is ancestral. This is about your ancestors who wanted to get something right. They wanted so badly to get it right, but they did not have access to either the knowledge or some level of awareness that they needed in order to vibrate on a certain frequency. This could have been if you have ancestors who were enslaved, then that is completely going to impact that vibration, okay, that they were radiating every day, that they were living and feeling every day. So that impacted them. You see what I'm saying? So there's healing. As you heal your ancestral patterns and as you do the things that are sometimes difficult for you to do, but you step forward and you say, you know what? I am here. I'm here and I'm not playing around, and I am embracing who I truly am. And even though that's hard sometimes, even though that's difficult, because not everybody embraces you when you embrace yourself, right? That's okay. But you are moving into alignment after a period of being misaligned with your soul's path and purpose. So this dark divine feminine energy is helping to push you in the right direction of total and complete acceptance of your path. Okay? All right, we're going to take a look at the messages that Divine has for you. All right, you've got, the Lovers. So I feel like, okay, you've got the Death card. Yeah, okay, so see, dark divine feminine energy will take out whatever is not serving you. So I feel like there was a romantic situation or some sort of, oh, wow, this is really beautiful. I feel like this has been difficult. It's felt very tough for you, but the conclusion is very beautiful. The outcome is very beautiful. So with the Lovers and the Death card, I feel like there is a romantic connection that has come to a close. It's come to an end. And Divine is saying it was time because it was holding you back. And for some of you, this is a family connection. This is something that you thought at one time would work out, or you really, really hoped would work out, but you had signs and synchronicities telling you, wait, pause, stop, let's think, let's reflect. You had these pushes, these nudges from your soul letting you know that something was in misalignment, you know? And so with this Seven of Wands, you're like, oh no, this is the divine feminine energy coming in. Even though Wands is masculine, it's also protection, right? Seven of Wands is about protection. It's like, no, we're not having that. We're not going there anymore. And so there are certain things that have been happening over and over and over again in your life. You've seen these patterns, you felt the patterns, and it's hurt every single time. And each time, it just cuts deeper and deeper and deeper. These are patterns that you've experienced with close connections. And so it's hurt really badly. But with the Seven of Wands energy, dark, divine feminine energy, is coming in and saying no more. So it's almost as if your soul has grown so beautiful and strong to the point where it's saying, I'm going to protect me. You're protecting yourself now. Not just on a physical level, and that looks like blocking people who need to be blocked. No longer talking to whoever you don't need to talk to anymore. If they've been weighing you down and bringing you to a very low vibration, let them go. No apologies needed. That's the beauty of dark divine feminine energy, because it does whatever the hell it needs to do, and it does not make any apologies, so you don't need to apologize. And then you've got Six of Wands, so that's about you being celebrated. You being celebrated. You are worth celebrating. And so this time of turbulence and chaos will be followed by praise and celebration for who you are. I love that so much. All right, let's get some more messages. Okay, so this is, I feel like there's some confusion. You know what I feel like this is? This confused card, that's people around you because they see a change in you and they're like, what? They don't know what to do. And so sometimes you might feel like you have to explain this transformation. No, you don't. No, you don't. I feel like there's someone around you that has had a toxic addiction. And this could have played out in your life as well, where you had some sort of, there may have been some behaviors that you wanted to really continue, keep going with, keep going back to, but deep down you didn't want to. It was just something that felt good at the moment. It was something that comforted you or took away from a sense of loneliness in that moment. And you're letting go of that because these chaotic times in our lives, it's about shaking things up to the point where we are sort of forced to really look at ourselves in an honest way and say, what is it that you are willing to bring along with you? And what is it that you need to let go of? What is it that you need to shake free from? And you've got forgiving. This is about forgiving yourself. What I see, I know here they're hugging each other, but I see you giving yourself a really big hug and saying, you know what? I love me. You are telling yourself that you love yourself. And that is the biggest thing about your journey at this point in time is you choosing to love yourself. It's about you choosing to love yourself, because there's always temptation to fall into those toxic addictions and patterns and to say, you know what, I just want to feel good right now because where I am right now doesn't feel good and I want to feel good. But you are elevating, you're ascending to a different level where you understand that that pain is only temporary. And furthermore, you're learning to let go so that you don't feel that attachment that leads to that pain. Okay, self-worth and expectations. So you're really realizing what's important to you. And also you're setting your own sense of self-worth based on your own expectations. You're not giving in to what people have told you is right for you to think about yourself or to say about yourself or to feel about yourself. You are basing your sense of self-love on your authenticity. Okay? So with that comes a certain level of discomfort sometimes, because you have to get to a place of discomfort in order to embrace yourself in your truth. If you have felt like who you were was not acceptable or who you were was not beautiful, but you're realizing your beauty, okay? And that's such a beautiful process. I want you to just pause and take in the meaning of that, you are embracing who you are. You are saying to yourself that you love yourself no matter what, no matter where you are, because your self-worth is not contingent on what stage you're at in your life or what accomplishments you've made. It's just because you are this beautiful being that you are. Okay? All right, and with this card, oh, that was the same one. I shuffled these cards so well, but you got Fashionista. This was the same as my group 1. And so this is about how you express yourself. And this is about you saying, you know what? I love who I am. And I'm not afraid to let everybody know it. I don't really care if this person is offended. You're not putting other people's expectations before your own anymore. And it's showing. I feel like for a lot of you, this card is just about a very solid physical presence. People are going to know that you've been doing so much work on yourself on an energetic level, because you will radiate beauty and love, and you're going to attract really wonderful things into your life at this time. Okay? So, yes, you deserve all of that goodness. All right, group 3, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.